What if I told you one health crisis could wipe out decades of retirement savings? Not because you were irresponsible, not because you didn't work hard, but because the cost of long-term healthcare in America has exploded. Welcome back to Money Smart Basics. My name is Alfonso, and on this channel, we break down money, retirement, and financial survival in a way that's simple and practical. Today, we're talking about something millions of retirees are now quietly worried about: long-term healthcare planning. Because many people are discovering Medicare does not cover everything. Nursing homes can cost thousands every single month, and many middle-class retirees are stuck in a dangerous position. They make too much to qualify for assistance, but not enough to survive years of healthcare costs. This is no longer just a medical conversation. This is now a retirement conversation, an estate planning conversation, an asset protection conversation, and a family burden conversation. And if you stay until the end, I'm going to show you why planning early may help protect your retirement savings, your spouse, your home, and your family legacy. So let's get started. The retirement fear that is growing fast. For years, most people focused on retirement planning like this: save money, reduce debt, invest, pay off the house, build a nest egg. And while those things matter, there's another issue now rising to the top: healthcare costs, especially long-term care, because people are living longer. But longer life does not always mean healthy life. Many retirees eventually need help with walking, bathing, eating, medications, memory care, or daily living activities. And suddenly, retirement changes. You're no longer planning vacations, you're planning survival. And one of the biggest fears retirees now have is this: what happens if I need care for years? Because that care can become financially devastating. Many retirees worked 30 or 40 years, built savings, bought homes, paid into retirement accounts, only to discover that one major healthcare event can begin draining everything. And what makes this even harder is many families never discuss it until there's a crisis. What long-term care really is. Now let's simplify this. Long-term care is not just nursing homes. That's one of the biggest misunderstandings people have. Long-term care can include assisted living, memory care, in-home health care, rehabilitation services, adult daycare, or extended caregiving support. Sometimes people need care temporarily, but others may need support for years, especially if dementia, Alzheimer's, strokes, or mobility issues become involved. And here's where people get shocked. A lot of this care is considered custodial care, meaning help with daily living. And that's important, because Medicare generally focuses more on medical treatment, not long-term custodial support. That misunderstanding alone has financially hurt countless families. The Medicare myth. One of the biggest retirement myths in America is this: Medicare will take care of me. And many people honestly believe that, because they paid into the system for years. But here's the reality: Medicare was never designed to fully cover long-term custodial care. Yes, Medicare may help with hospital stays, doctor visits, short-term rehabilitation, certain skilled nursing situations. But long-term daily assistance? That's where many retirees discover the gap. And that gap can become extremely expensive. This is why healthcare planning is becoming just as important as investment planning. Because it's not only about building wealth anymore, it's about protecting wealth. And many retirees are now realizing their biggest retirement threat may not be the stock market. It may be healthcare costs. The cost can destroy retirement savings. Let's talk reality. Long-term care is expensive, very expensive. Depending on the area, nursing homes can cost thousands every month. Assisted living continues climbing. Even in-home healthcare services can become overwhelming financially. Now think about this. What happens if someone needs care for 3 years, 5 years, or even longer? That's where retirement accounts can begin disappearing quickly. 401ks, IRAs, savings accounts, home equity, investments, all slowly draining. And here's the emotional side many people don't talk about. Sometimes retirees begin feeling guilty because they see their savings disappearing. They worry about becoming a burden. They worry about leaving nothing behind for their spouse or children. That emotional pressure can become just as heavy as the financial pressure. The middle-class retirement trap. This is where millions of Americans now feel trapped. Because many retirees make too much to qualify for assistance programs, but not enough to comfortably self-fund years of care. This is especially true for middle-class retirees. People who did everything right, worked hard, saved money, bought homes, paid taxes. But now, they face a system where healthcare costs may outpace retirement income. And many families are discovering something painful. Retirement planning without healthcare planning may be incomplete planning, because one crisis can completely change the financial picture. This is why more people are now discussing asset protection, estate planning, family trusts, long-term care insurance, power of attorney, and healthcare directives. People are realizing protection matters. The family caregiver crisis. Now let's talk about something deeply emotional: family caregivers. Because when someone cannot afford full-time care, family members often step in: adult children, spouses, grandchildren. And caregiving can affect income, mental health, marriages, careers, and emotional well-being. Some people reduce work hours, some leave jobs completely, some become financially overwhelmed themselves. This is why family conversations matter, because healthcare planning is not only about money, it's also about reducing confusion, reducing stress, and reducing conflict during difficult moments. Estate planning plus asset protection. This is why estate planning has become so important, not just for wealthy families, but for everyday retirees. Because planning may help families organize assets, property, healthcare decisions, legal authority, and financial responsibilities. Now, let me say this clearly. Everybody's situation is different. Laws vary by state, and this is why it's important to speak with qualified professionals. But many retirees are now exploring things like trusts, power of attorney documents, living wills, healthcare directives, and asset protection strategies. Because timing matters. Waiting until a crisis happens can limit options. Retirement is now about protection. The old retirement conversation focused mainly on accumulation. Save more, invest more, grow more. But today, the conversation is shifting toward protection. How do you protect your retirement? How do you protect your spouse? How do you protect your home? How do you protect your family from financial chaos? And these are serious conversations now, especially as healthcare costs continue rising. This is why many retirees are now reviewing insurance, estate planning, debt reduction, cash flow, emergency funds, and healthcare planning together. Because retirement today requires a more complete strategy. Final call to action. So let me leave you with this. Long-term healthcare planning is no longer optional. It's becoming one of the most important retirement conversations in America, because one healthcare crisis can change everything financially. And while none of us can predict the future, we can prepare smarter. Talk with your family. Talk with qualified professionals. Talk with an elder law attorney. Talk with a financial professional. And begin organizing your plan before a crisis happens. Because preparation may help protect your savings, your assets, your retirement, and your family legacy. If this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone approaching retirement. Because too many families are unprepared for what's coming. And here at Money Smart Basics, we believe financial education matters. I'll see you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe for more Money Smart Basics videos. If you have any suggestions for financial literacy topics, please leave a comment. The information provided in this content is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, legal, or tax advice. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor, tax professional, or legal counsel before making any financial decisions. The creator of this content is not responsible for any actions taken based on the information provided. Investments and financial decisions carry risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results.